This morning, rap mogul Jay-Z is denying allegations to the 13-year-old girl alongside rapper Sean Diddy Combs. That civil lawsuit filed against Combs in October was amended Sunday to include Jay-Z. The accuser, identified only as Jane Doe, says she was sent by both men at a Video Music Awards after party in 2000. In a blistering statement, Jay-Z accuses Jane Doe's attorney of trying to blackmail him. He said further, quote, "These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one."
If you think about everything he said, he gave 5 seconds to go back and listen to all the things he said that were going to happen in the year. You notice everything didn't happen. I don't know how he knew. I don't know who he talks to or what inside information he might have. But everything he said, it came true. Everything he said came true. So there's some truth to everything that he knows, and the fact that he's saying I held back a little bit, he probably had stuff on people, and he just used jabs instead of throwing that hate. He could have. I'm assuming it could have been the career.
There's a possibility.
At Katt Williams, who's getting exposed next? Hashtag Katt has the answer.
Katt has the answers. Katt Williams is back just in time to respond to the news about Jay-Z potentially going behind bars. Ever since the Diddy fiasco went down, people have been pointing fingers at Jay-Z, accusing him of being just as monstrous as the diddler and actively engaging in the freak-offs. And now he has been sued along with Diddy for allegedly R-wording a 13-year-old after she was laced and left vulnerable, and bet that Katt Williams has a few choice words for Jay-Z now that the cat's out of the bag. This has been a wild year ever since Katt dropped that clubbed Shay interview, but the way it looks right now, 2025 is going to be one hell of a ride. Tony Busby has been one of the lawyers really riding the Diddy wave hard after claiming to have over 100 credible witnesses and victims who claim to have been unwilling participants at Diddy's freak-offs. He made it clear that he wasn't afraid of naming names and was going to protect himself if the people at the top ever deemed him a threat and came for him. Tony has been reaching out to CBS in private, telling them what the victims are saying and asking them to settle before he says anything in public. Many A-listers have shelled out a few coins to keep their names out of the headlines, but from the look of things, Jay-Z ain't one of them. Back in November, Tony came out with a long post on his IG saying that a very powerful John Doe has been pulling all connections to intimidate and silence not just him but the victims he was representing. Busby didn't name anyone and only said that he was not going to stop fighting right before he said what he said. Tony's law firm had filed a lawsuit on behalf of one of Diddy's accusers. She claimed that she was 13 when she met Brother Love and came across him while she was desperately trying to get into the MTV Music Video Awards. As she was trying to get in, a grown man approached her telling her that she was the right fit for Diddy and they could get her a seat at the award show. She was taken to Diddy's after party. So when she got to this party, she was asked to sign an NDA and ended up taking a drink, which allegedly had something in it. After she was feeling dizzy and stumbling everywhere, before she knew what was happening, she found herself in a room with no furniture and a big bed. She was scared when Diddy came in with 2 other sibs, a male and a female. She didn't identify the 2 in the lawsuit, but said Diddy threw her like a rag doll on the bed. He alleges that Diddy and the male CB had their way with her, while the other CBS just watched. When Diddy tried to go again, she got up, punched him in the neck, and grabbed her stuff and ran out of the room. She didn't stop running until she got to a gas station to call her dad and tell him what happened to her. This happened in the early 2000s, and at first the girl was only going after the diddler, and now the lawsuit has revealed that the other unnamed male in the room was actually Jay-Z. It seemed like Jay-Z knew this was coming because he had his response in the drafts. Suey responded almost as soon as his name was mentioned. He also went straight for the jugular and spoke directly to Tony Busby when he said, "My lawyer received a blackmail attempt called a demand letter from a lawyer named Tony Busby. What he had calculated was the nature of these allegations, and the public scrutiny would make me want to settle. No, sir, it had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you for the fraud you are in a very public fashion. So no, I will not give you one red penny. These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against us should be locked away. Would you not agree these alleged victims would deserve real justice? If that were the case, this lawyer, who I have done a bit of research on, seems to have a pattern of these type of theatrics. I have no idea how you have come to be such a deplorable human, Mr. Busby, But I promise you I have seen your kind many times over. I'm more than prepared to deal with your type. You claim to be a Marine. You have made a terrible error in judgment thinking that all celebrities are the same. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out of the project of Brooklyn. We don't play these types of games. Only your network of conspiracy theorists, fake physics, will believe the idiotic claims you have levied against me that if not for the seriousness surrounding harm to kids would be laughable. I look forward to showing you just how different I am. But Tony Busby is standing 10 toes down on this once, and he is ready to meet Jay-Z wherever he is. He released a statement of his own saying, despite a coordinated and aggressive effort that has included harassing my kids, contacting my clients and former clients to encourage them sue me, contacting my colleagues or former employees, asking if I've abused them, showing at my current employees' homes to harass them, filing frivolous cases against me in my law firm, defaming me with outrageous assertions to anyone who will listen, and having mysterious people follow me and my family. I'm still that guy. I won't be bullied or intimidated. People will see through this effort to discredit me and my clients, and the truth will be revealed. I also won't allow anyone to scare my clients into silence, and bet Jaguar right, having a field day with this one.
You have said that you believe Jay-Z's worse than Diddy. I believe that. Do you believe he's higher up, in the food chain?
Now he is. He wasn't. Which is why I know he's doing everything that he can to play both sides against him to make sure that Diddy goes down and he stays clean.
Do you think he's scared right now? Do you think Beyonce's scared?
Oh. Did you know that Tony Busby, the lawyer that's doing all the Diddy lawsuits, just got sued?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
By a prominent figure. They're trying to make everybody believe it's Kevin Hart. But the funny thing is, the lawsuit that's suing Tony Busby, Spiro is a partner. And Alex Spiro is Jay-Z's personal lawyer.
Oh, so it's probably Jay-Z then that's doing the suing.
Of course they think it's Kevin's name.
But
it ain't Kevin. Why is Alex Spiro popping up?
And even though 50 Cent is never going to pass up an opportunity to clown on JJ, they said I the kid, everybody get dressed, we going to see Mufasa lol. When Katt heard that Jay-Z was finally getting his comeuppance, it felt like people were finally going to know the things he stopped himself from saying. According to reports, Katt finally feels justice is getting served. He believes Jay-Z really needs to be careful right now and move with the same cleverness that got him out of Project Brooklyn to Bel Air, cause this same pride Jay's been showing is the exact same one that Diddy had with Cassie, and we all know where that got him.
If you sign up for their program, you get a light-skinned, weird-faced wife that never do an interview. Listen, in 20 years, won't do an interview. Nobody's ever talked to her, and that she's never been interviewed anywhere. And now, understand, I'm not talking about one person. What I just told you applies to 7 people. How they all end up with that. That's part of what you get. I came in this business saying I was going to expose. When I talked about Michael Jackson, when I talked about R. Kelly, they canceled me for these things because why would you talk about another black dude? It's not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side. Period. All of these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
And they have the number.
Amen.
Thoughts on this?
I think one thing that Mr. Busby has in his favor is the standard by which the civil courts are going to have to weigh this. It's not a criminal case. They don't have to prove this beyond a reasonable doubt. They have to prove it by the preponderance of the evidence. And that just means...
And for the average viewer who doesn't know what that means, what does that mean?
That just means that you have to prove more likely than not that it happened, tipping the scale to, let's say, 51% in your favor with respect to the evidentiary standard. Now, Mr. Busby had a press conference a few months back, and during that press conference, he stated that the civil lawsuits that he was moving forward with were ones that were vetted by his office. He stated that he hired an investigator, that investigator gathered further corroborating evidence. And so I'm very curious to see what corroborating evidence he has that he thinks can meet that low burden.
And let's keep it a buck, saying Jay-Z's hands are completely clean is like saying monkeys can fly. From Foxy Brown to Aaliyah, Tara Marie, and Rihanna. Jay-Z had some weird relationships with these women when they were teenagers, and even Beyonce was in a relationship with Jay from the time she was a teenager, and there's no way Jay-Z, being friends with Diddy for so long and basically coming up together, didn't know the things he was interested in. It's either he saw and just minded his business, or also had the same freak in him as Diddy.
There's no vindication for me, because for 4 years I've been screaming, not just Diddy, but Diddy and Jay-Z are monsters. And the victim-making machine kept going on.
Jay-Z has been notable by his silence since the charges were brought against Diddy. Why do you think that is?
Because that's what he does. He starts little fires everywhere, forces everyone involved to go and carry water while he sneaks away without a response. That changes now.
A lot of people allowed it to go on, said nothing, didn't intervene, maybe benefited from it, profited from it. All of these individuals and entities, in my view, have exposure.
A hit dog will holler, and with the way Jay-Z reacted to the lawsuit and the things Katt has said, no one thinks Jay is completely innocent. You must be a true D-writer if you don't believe Jay-Z didn't do half the mess PPL been accusing of him for years. Jay-Z has pushed drug to fund his record company for years, sleeps with young women, and promotes hate to the black community. He's a glorified dealer who's gotten away with crime for a long time. This Jay-Z should make everyone realize that you should not idolize celebrities and musicians. A lot of our favorite artists are probably people, or worse, genuine evil, like pure evil. And finally, there's no alternative reality of the multiverse, that Jay-Z didn't know exactly what Diddy was doing, and he still was best friends with him. The only explanation possible is that he is cut from the same cloth. Nothing other than that makes sense. Jay-Z just got himself 100 problems to deal with, and he and Diddy are going to be putting out fires like they were paid to do. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And don't forget to smash that like button and hit subscribe, because trust me, you do not want to miss the next video when we take an even deeper dive into the next chapter in the Diddy and Jay-Z saga. And thanks for watching Celebrity Spill.